So this is hoisting a person in and out of bed using a mobile hoist. So I've already prepared the bed. What I've done is I've profiled it to make it more comfortable for the person, and I've also put 2 layers of slide sheets at the foot of the bed to reduce any risk of shear or friction. So when we're using a mobile hoist, what we need to be thinking about is making efficient use of the available space to avoid any unnecessary turns and manoeuvres. So if I'd positioned my person there, what I've done is I've shrunk my workspace and I've created that acute angle, which is what we want to avoid if we can. So if I positioned my person here, I've eliminated that turning, because when I bring the hoist in, I'm just going to be manoeuvring it forwards and backwards rather than on an angle. So when you're bringing it towards your person, you want to be keeping your hand on the carry bar just to protect their head. And attach your loops to the carry bar. So when using a mobile hoist, we don't apply the brakes when we're lifting and lowering, because that allows the hoist to find its own centre of gravity when it's hoisting the person. So just starting to bring him up. Once the straps start to tighten, you want to check that they're all attached properly and securely before you continue. As you can see, the hoist is moving because it's finding that centre of gravity, and that reduces the risk of it tipping. So once your person's cleared the seated surface, you want to just bring them to the side, away from the mast of the hoist, so that they don't come into contact with it. And then you can drive the hoist backwards, remove the commode, and then drive it forward towards the bed. Once he's close enough, you can pick his feet up and position them on the slide sheet. What this does is it stabilises him, and it gives us an ease of repositioning, and his feet will also pivot on that slide sheet when we're manoeuvring him forward. So we can drive the hoist in. As you can see, his feet is moving and it's put him in a good position. As you're lowering your person onto the bed, you can provide some support for the head, just for a little bit of comfort. Again, the hoist is moving, finding that centre of gravity. Again, being mindful of the carry bar so it doesn't come into contact with your person. So now your person's on the bed. What you would do is remove the sling, remove the slide sheet, and do whatever needed to be done on the bed. So that's hoisting the person into the bed using a mobile hoist. So this is hoisting a person out of bed using a mobile hoist. So the bed has already been profiled. We've fitted the sling, and we've also got 2 layers of slide sheet at the foot of the bed to reduce any risk of shear or friction. So as you're bringing your person up, as the straps become tight, you just want to be checking that they're all attached properly and secure before you continue. And we can provide a little bit of support and comfort to their head as they're coming up. As you can see, his feet are gliding along that slide sheet. So once he's cleared the surface, we can reverse the hoist. Bring his feet off the bed before we reverse further. Open the legs of the hoist And then what you want to be doing is bringing the seated surface towards the hoist rather than trying to manoeuvre the hoist whilst your person's in it. So if you bring the seated surface in at an angle, what this does is creates more access for the handler, and it also prevents the risk of the person coming into contact with the mast of the hoist. So as we're lowering the person down, you want to be supporting at the hips, because this gives you more control and make sure that they're going into a good seated position. Now the front wheels of the commode may tip, but that's all right. It again just ensures that they're in a good position. You just want to be mindful of when the wheels come back into contact with the floor that you're not jolting your person. And as the carry bar's coming down, just place your hand there, so just to protect the person's head. We can then unattach the loops. And the person's then ready to access the commode or to be transferred wherever they need to go. And that is hoisting a person out of bed using a mobile hoist.